Welcome to another Give SI nonprofit spotlight. This time we're shining the spotlight on the Perry Jackson Child Advocacy Center. I'm joined by Betty Muka, who is the executive director. Betty, it's nice to be with you today.
Nice to be with you. Nice to be here.
Can you start off by just sharing a little bit about what the Advocacy Center does?
So we are a nonprofit, obviously, and we serve Perry and Jackson County. We are an accredited child advocacy center through the National Children's Alliance, and we provide supportive and forensic services to children birth through age 18 who have experienced sexual or physical abuse. We will also provide services to children who've been witnesses to violence, and those services are a wide variety of services. The main thing that we start with is the forensic interview. We get our referrals directly from DCFS, directly from law enforcement only. And then we provide that forensic interview to the child in a setting that is a little bit friendlier than a police department or the school or at home, with a trained interviewer, and then that then becomes evidence in their investigation. So then our advocate provides them services from that point forward, with whether they need immediate needs like bedding or a medical referral to our specialized pediatrician, or mental health referrals, or just kind of keeping them in the loop of what's going on in their investigation and then what might happen if it goes to prosecution.
Okay, so what size staff do you have to handle these cases?
We have 4 staff. We have an office in Pinckneyville, which is where we're all housed.
Okay.
And then we have a satellite office in Murfreesboro, where we do all of our forensic interviews for Jackson County residents. And then we also use that room or use that space for our team meetings. We meet monthly as a team. Everybody comes together for the interview first, and then we come together monthly to meet about all of our cases and discuss them. And then our advocate will relay that information to the families and kind of make sure that they are being informed of what's happening.
So you serve 2 counties. About how many of these cases do you see in a year from these 2 counties?
We do about 130 to 140 forensic interviews a year, and obviously all the children that we get referred will not be able to do an interview, like if they're if they can't speak, because we also take all referrals for child deaths. So we'll serve the remaining family members in the home. So we do about 130 to 40 interviews a year, get about 150 to 160 referrals a year.
Wow, that just seems like a huge number for a 2-county area.
We definitely don't have numbers like bigger places have, but we're pretty steady. We've grown over the years, opening that satellite in Murfreesboro, doubled our interviews, having it closer to the team where we were more readily available to them. So we used to do, 50, 60 interviews a year, and now we do, 130 or so. So.
Wow. Okay. And then, it seems like you're dealing with a subject that would not be easy for a lot of people to go through that process, helping these kids. I would think it would be heartbreaking at times.
It is definitely stressful, and it has a lot of vicarious trauma attached to it. So we make sure to keep our staff healthy the best that we can. We do a lot of trainings, and we do a lot of staff development, staff retreats, just to kind of keep us all from burning out, give us all an outlet if we need to talk about things. We have a very good team in both counties, and they do the same, because some of them work these cases right along with us, so they also need some support. We're a really close-knit, because you can't talk about this stuff at home. You can't talk about this stuff with a lot of people. So our team is really our support system.
Yeah, I could see where that would really be needed and helpful. So you work hand in hand with, you're part of the Give SI campaign, and you work with SICF. How has that partnership helped?
When I watch and see their stuff on Facebook about all the scholarships that they give, I see a lot of kids in there. But we started way back when it was just United Way, and then it transformed into this. So it's been a very great partnership, in my opinion. We reach people through this campaign we wouldn't reach normally. We don't do these kind of interviews. We don't reach the public in the way that these kinds of things do. So even if they don't give, at least they know what we do, so that if they want to give in the future, they know we're here.
But you provide such a needed service. When these children are going through this, they have to have somebody that they can sound off to and tell their story to.
It's a very, the process, the investigation is not something that there's a guidebook for, or you can Google it. But every state's different, every county is different. So it's just kind of like they're treading water, trying to figure out what their next steps are. So I hope that they at least feel like they may not get the outcomes that they want, but at least they feel like they're a part of it, because they can get lost in these agencies that have so many cases. They're dealing with all kinds of things, not just child abuse. That at least I hope that they leave the situation feeling that they knew what was happening and they felt informed and they felt a part of it.
And felt like someone's listening.
Right.
Yeah. So if people are giving during this Give SI campaign to the Perry Jackson Child Advocacy Center, where is that money going? How is that helping?
So we are primarily grant funded through the state, through the federal government. So any donations that we receive goes to helping us kind of keep our buildings open. Right now I'm working on our space in Pinckneyville is a house, an old house. And over the years it's been perfect. As we've grown as a staff, it's getting a little small. So I'm working with some other donors to try to figure out how to add on to this house. We don't have our own space anywhere. It's all multi-use, triple-use space. So I'm trying to figure out how to make this space a little bit more conducive to the numbers that we're seeing today. So I would use some of that for that. Or just paying, the insurance that we have to have for all of our direct, liability insurance, and just to keep our doors open.
Yeah. There's always the expenses that go along with any kind of organization, and especially one doing this kind of good work for Southern Illinois. Well, we thank you, Betty, for the work you're doing. And if you would like to be a part of the Give SI campaign, you can go to givesi.org. You can go there right now and give, and you can help this organization or many others throughout Southern Illinois. Remember, Give SI, for good forever for Southern Illinois.
Give SI is made possible by Oasis. We More Better. Video services provided by ManVoice. Additional funding for Give SI is made possible by these sponsors.